Hi everyone, and welcome to Tuesday, where we review the performance of the NZSX 50. Before I jump across, I do apologise for not being able to do any videos last week. For some reason, Yahoo Finance was just having a little bit of difficulty with their charts, and so that just made it impossible for me to do any sort of review, in fact, any sort of analysis, even for my own portfolio. So apologies for that. Now, before I also jump across, like normal, a little bit of housekeeping. These videos are intended for educational purposes only. No way are they intended to be personal financial advice. You do need to speak to your own advisor if that's the case. But at the same time, I'm happy to cast my eye over any share or any indices that you are interested in, and I can give you my view as to how I would analyse them. Remember, I am purely a technical analyst. I'm not a fundamentalist, so I do not look at the underlying performance of any of the shares, being their balance sheets or anything like that. I'm solely looking at the charts. So let's jump across. Right, so I have got on the screen here the NZSX 50. Now just bear in mind that I'm recording this on Monday, even though I'm screening this to you on Tuesday. So that's why we can see a little red candle here. This is the week that it's just started, because we are trading at the moment, or the market is trading. But hey, we have had the last 6 weeks have been great weeks for the New Zealand Stock Exchange. Good, positive, strong weeks. And you can see here as well, last week it closed just under the 12,500 point level, and that's been the highest it's been for the last well over 2 years. In fact, we'll pop it over 5 years and just have a look. So over 5 years, the last time it reached those levels was really back in around January 2022. So almost about 2.5 years ago. So that's a really, really good, strong sign. Also, what you find, and this is the same with shares as well, that if you're having strong performance, quite often strong performance can continue, okay, which for a lot longer. It's a little bit like positive feelings, positive events create more positive events. It's the same for the share market. Right, let's put moving average over. Let's just get an overall idea of the trend. So we will put a 200 exponential moving average there. And like I have said before, the 200 period moving average, or week in this case, is a very slow moving average, and it just helps to identify potentially where the trend is. So we're trading well above it, okay, which is indicating that the market on the whole is in an upward trend, which is what we want to see. I'll change this to my normal ones, which is your 30. And I will also pop on a 15 period. I've said before, there's no special reason as to using these potential figures. I'll just change the color of that one. It's what I like to use. They're a little bit quicker than some other people. Some people might use 150 days. It really doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you as to what you are wanting to use. Now, you can see here we are trading above both of those moving averages, which is a really good positive sign. You could potentially see, like what we do find is when an indices or any share, even for that matter, does start getting quite stretched above these moving averages, you can sometimes see them pull back towards it and trade around it. And you can see that all through this sort of period here from December last year right through it until probably July this year as well. So, and now we've obviously had quite a strong burst, which is really encouraging. It looked like back here at the end of June, it looked like the moving averages were actually going to cross to the downside, and it could have indicated that we were going to have a little bit more sell-off, but no, the market has certainly rallied, which is great. You can also see by the volume candles or sticks down the bottom here, we're starting to see some very, very good volume, and the green indicates a lot of buying pressure, which is exactly what we want to see. Now, the thing with the New Zealand Stock Exchange, I was going through over the weekend and looking for any new potential trading signals, of which there haven't been for quite some weeks, to be fair. For those people that do follow the weekly trading signals, there haven't been any. And what I've found is there's probably about a handful of shares, and most of them are in the portfolios now, that are performing better than our main board, our main indices. And that is something that I want to look at when I'm evaluating a share for consideration for my portfolio. So what that's meaning is that we've probably, out of 50 shares on our main board, we've probably got only 12 to 15 that are performing. If you've been watching these a while, I've been covering off a lot of them. They've been dragging our mains down. We've got quite a few of the utilities in there which are performing very, very strongly, which tends to sort of happen in our market where we are heavily weighted to either utility property. So that's why we're not seeing any new buy signals in our trading. But like I say, we've just got to keep an eye on this and just see exactly what transpires. It's certainly looking positive and good indicators at the moment. So I'll stop sharing. I hope that's helped. I hope that's given you a little bit of insight. So we'll come back again next week and see how the market's been performing. So until then, any questions, by all means, sing out. Happy to help. Take care.